The world to make it stay. You are nothing more than words that they can say. Just admit it, this is all just a lie. You are making it harder than it has to be. 'Cause I'm walking upwards, I'm walking upwards, I'm walking upwards to imagine you. I'm making up time, I'm making up time, I'm making up time to spend it with you. I'm walking upwards, I'm walking upwards. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Forget the medium. What kind of artist are you? The world's more vast than you'll ever know. Imagine what you could show. 'Cause I'm walking upwards, I'm walking upwards, I'm walking upwards to imagine you. I'm making up time, I'm making up time, I'm making up time to spend it with you. I'm walking upwards, I'm walking upwards. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thank you.
Hello, everyone listening to 90.1 WEFT. This is WEFT Sessions. I'm Charlie. Todd is out of town for this week and next week, but I'll be subbing here maybe next week. Who knows? But the main attraction for us tonight is Richie Dagger's Crime. And I guess my first question is, what is the crime?
Everyone's been asking that. It's to be determined, I think.
All right.
It's interpretive.
Now, compared to some acts we have here, you are not from here in Champaign, correct?
Not at all. I'm from Chicago. Sometimes I say I'm from Seattle. Well, the band is, because that's where the band started. But I recently moved back to Chicago in June, and I plan to be in Chicago for maybe a year, and but I don't know where things will take me, and I'm just touring around the Midwest as much as I can at the moment.
go where the music leads you?
Yeah. My girlfriend, she's applying to grad school, and so I'm gonna go with her where she gets in and decides to go. And I'm really excited for that because it's been a really long time in which I've never really known what comes next. And yeah, I'm excited for whatever that is.
Well, it's good you're excited. You know, some people may not know how to feel about that, but it's good to know that you're excited about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been really odd being back home because I grew up back in the north suburbs of Chicago, where I grew up, and kind of isolated. But it gives me a lot of time to work on songs, and I miss Seattle a lot. But I'm excited for whatever comes next.
That's good. And I hope this isn't too early to ask. Where can people find your music?
My music is on all the major platforms. So tonight it's a solo act. Usually I have an 8-person band.
Ooh.
And they're all in Seattle currently, and I miss them quite a bit, but doing what I can while I'm out here to get the name out and keep performing and touring. But you can find our music. It's a lot more orchestral and grandiose, and it's still ballads though. That's I think the main thread. And you can find it Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, all over the place. And also I like to, whenever I'm in a town, I like to drop off CDs for consignment, and explore the record stores. So I went to the Record Swap here, and Exile on Main, and I went to, what was the other one?
There's like another one in downtown Urbana, right?
Yes.
They have like laser discs there. I
Yeah.
can't remember the name.
Yeah, why am I forgetting? It's in the cafe. CU,
yes,
Vinyl.
that's what it was, CU
CD and
Vinyl.
Vinyl. Yeah, so it was actually closed today. I went there. I really liked that spot, so I didn't drop a CD off. But yeah, you can find my music there if you'd like to stop by.
And if people wanted to book you, where could they contact you for that?
daggerscrime@gmail.com. That'll go straight to me. And I would love to come back to Champaign-Urbana. This is such a charming city, and I've been here actually since Saturday. I played at the Rose Bowl, and it was a great show with Zizzo and Tessa Turner and Lynn, and I've just been exploring all week, and I really like it here. I want to come back. So,
well, we're glad you were able to spend any amount of time here with us, and hopefully you'll be back sometime. Mm-hmm. You want to just get back to the music? How many songs do you want to do? That
last song was called Vast, and the one before it was an untitled track. I haven't really put lyrics to it yet, so I decided to whistle the melodies. And it might stay that way. I don't know. But this next song is a Wilco cover. It's called Either Way, and I'll do 2 more.
Okay.
And then we'll talk again.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Cool. Maybe the sun will shine today. The clouds will fade away. Maybe I won't be so afraid. I want to understand either way. Maybe you still love me. Maybe you don't. Either you will or you won't. Maybe you just need some time alone. I want you to understand everything will be okay. Either way, I wanna stay. Right by you. Maybe the sun will shine today. The clouds will fade away. Maybe I won't be so afraid. I want to understand everything has its plan. Either way, you found a way to do what you want. And I don't know what that means, but I like it a lot. And you can read poetry or sit there and think, but remember, you can always hang out with me. Things are harder than they seem. You hardly ever come talk to me, 'cause I haven't seen you in a while, and that seems to be your style. And I just wanted to say that I'm still happy anyway. Thank you.
Real quick, to whoever called earlier, I'm sorry. I tried to pick up your message, but I don't know how to use the phone, and that's not actually an excuse. They're labeled. Anyway, we're here with Richie Dagger's Crime, and we just heard 2 songs from him. And I got to think of another interview question.
It's all right. That last song was called I Just Want to Say. And it was first written for a band I played with called Children of Kids in Seattle. But that was about 8 years ago, and I decided to reincorporate it into my set list. And yeah. And then before that, that was Wilco's Either Way.
You ever see I'm going off topic, so I have to apologize. You ever see that documentary about Wilco? I'm Trying to Break Your Heart, I believe it was called. I think it was for their last album, or the last album with the main lead singer, I think.
I haven't, and I probably should.
It's interesting because I actually watched it for a film appreciation class, and that's the one
Really?
you decided to choose for like a standard documentary. And then after that, we watched a mockumentary, which was This Is Spinal Tap, which is a real classic for anyone who hasn't seen it.
I saw that. I think I had mono when I saw that movie. So I was like in fever dreams. I remember I got This Is Spinal Tap, Poltergeist, and then one other movie. I think it was like really whimsical. It was like Amelie or something. No, it wasn't. It was the movie Doubt. That was about nuns. And so it was like a really strange collection, but I always associate Spinal Tap now with those other 2 movies.
I haven't seen Poltergeist. There's a lot of classic films I haven't seen, but that one class did make me see some things like The Shining, The Graduate, North by Northwest, and a lot of other ones that I don't need to list because this is your show.
No, it's endless, and
yeah,
I'm the first one who hasn't seen something, so.
Well, yeah, I've actually never seen the Back to the Future trilogy, which is probably heresy for someone who has an interest in nerdy stuff like me.
No, consuming everything is overrated. I think I think appreciating things over and over again is sometimes where it's at.
Yeah.
So, sweet.
Gonna go for a few more songs then?
Sure. This next song is a cover. I have 2 covers in a row. Amy Winehouse and then Roy Orbison's Crying.
All right.
Lent you outsiders and my new Badoo, while you were thinking I didn't have a clue. And tough to sort files with your voice in my head. Then I bribed you downstairs with the Marlboro Red. And now I feel so small discovering that you knew. How much more torture would you have put me through? You probably saw me laughing at all your jokes, or how I didn't mind that you stole all my smokes. Yeah, yeah. And although my pride is not easy to disturb, you sent me flying when you kicked me to the curb. You and your better jeans and your beastie's tea. Yeah, I can't walk like this with you next to me. And although he's nothing in the scheme of my years, just goes to bludgeon my futile tears. And I'm not used to this. I observe, yeah, I don't chase. Now I'm stuck with the consequences thrust in my face. And the melodramas of the day deliver blows. To surpass your rejection, it just goes to show a simple attraction that reflects right back to me. And I'm not as into you as I appear to be, yeah, yeah. And although my pride is not easy to disturb, you sent me flying when you kicked me to the curb. You and your battered jeans and your beastie's tea. Yeah, I can't walk like this with you next to me. I was alright for a while. I could smile for a while. But then I saw you last night. You held my hand so tight as you stopped to say hello. Oh, you wished me well, but you couldn't tell that I'd been crying over you, crying over you, yeah, you said so long, and from this moment on, I'd been crying. I thought that I was over you, but it's true, oh so true. I love you even more than I did before. But darling, what can I do? For I love you, and I'll always be crying over you, crying over you, yeah, you said so long, and from this moment on, I'd been crying, 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 yeah, crying, crying over you. Thank you.
So that was a Roy Orbison cover, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I learned it when I took some vocal lessons in like 3 years ago, and my teacher asked me to pick some songs that I wasn't too familiar with, and I really liked I've been falling in love with Roy Orbison ever since. So.
So, you said that the rest of your bandmates are still in Seattle, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had been in talks to them to come over to Chicago for a little reunion piece performance?
Yeah.
Or?
Well, theoretically, we're all still together. We actually just did a West Coast tour in September, and I'm planning another one for June. And I want to get them out here. It's just practically, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, especially with 7 other people, right?
Yeah, so I have to really plan it out. And financially speaking, I just have to make sure that we're playing really good shows and getting paid for them. So
yeah, of course.
I feel like I need to do some groundwork first as a solo performer, just to
get a feel for it.
Yeah, get a feel for the Chicago scene again, because it's been a while since I've been involved, and and just get to know other bands and go to all the venues. And I really want to play the Hideout. I really like that place. I went and I went there a few weeks ago, and it was a really nice venue.
Is that in Chicago?
Mm-hmm. And so someday and I have to figure out whether we're gonna take the van, or if we're gonna rent a bunch of gear while they at Guitar Center or something. I don't know, or borrow gear from friends to make it work out, because just getting it from Seattle to Chicago is gonna be really rough.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll do a Midwest tour soon. Maybe ideally in the next year, but everything moves slower than I expect.
Yeah.
I was I don't know, albums always take a year longer than I think, or planning tours always takes so much longer than I anticipate.
Yeah, some people seem to just make it work.
Yeah.
They probably also have a lot of money to work with and are...
Connection. And having done it before, I think that's a big thing too.
Yeah.
Budgets help too, so.
Well, I think before we get to the next song, since we're getting close to the half hour, I just want to remind everyone you are listening. Well, first, you're goodness gracious, I lost. You're listening to 90.1 WEFT Champaign, and...
This is Richie Dagger's Crime.
Yes. So, he's going to play some more tunes for you.
Awesome. This one's an original. It's called Summer Breeze, and it's about doing things that are really stupid when you're younger, but not regretting them.
Just a Philistine, I knew that then, but I put the seats down anyways. In that station wagon, summer breeze, I loved you so. Seals and Croft, why didn't you tell me it would go away? I don't really want to go far. Tell me who you really are, then maybe I will stay. I was born under a royal moon. Maybe that's why I took my risk so soon. Tell me something, I will hold your hand. I just need someone who'll understand. just a Philistine. I knew that then, but I put the seats down anyways. In that station wagon, summer breeze, I loved you so. Oh, Seals and Croft, why didn't you tell me it would go away? Away. Thank you. This next one's a cover. It's called Our Day Will Come. It's originally by, I think it's originally by the Ronettes, but though a lot of people have played it. Our day will come, and we'll have everything. We'll share the joy falling in love can bring. No one can tell me that I'm too young to know. I love you so, and you love me. Our day will come if we just wait a while. No tears for us. Think joy and wear a smile. Our dreams have magic because we'll always stay in love this way. Oh, our day will come. Our dreams have magic because we'll always stay in love this way. Oh, our day, oh, our day, our day, oh, our day will come. Thank you. So I've got one song left, but I also have a bunch of scrap stuff I can add since I've got a fair amount of time left.
Oh yeah, we've got.
It's a long song though, the last one.
Well, let's see. We can talk for a bit. Maybe Phil, when you say long, are we talking like?
It's like 8 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty decent length. I mean, make sure it's
Or
not
9,
something
I
like
think.
Inagata Vita or something like that. You know?
I always tend to, I guess I do, it's funny, you think you're not playing faster and then you just end up playing faster when you're on the spot.
So a question just occurred to me. What originally drew you to go to Seattle? Was it the music scene over there?
Originally it was school.
Oh.
So my grandparents lived out there and I would visit them as a kid, and I thought it was really pretty. And I remember seeing all the cherry blossoms all the time and the mountains, and I thought it was such a cool place to live. And so I got into University of Washington and I decided to go there, and I stayed afterwards. And my best bud from Chicago actually came out to Seattle, and we played music a lot, and together we started a record label, and we signed a few artists and we promoted them, and it ended up devolving into us mainly focusing on our own projects. They were doing techno music mainly, and I moved more into singer-songwriter stuff. And I think that was a good decision on all our parts. And there was also Eric and John, who were originally part of that collective, and they're still doing great work. John's a videographer, and Eric does a lot of promotion stuff, and he plays bass in my band. Excuse me. Plays bass in Richie Dagger's Crime. And yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see. We've got probably about 23 minutes. If you want to just kind of, you want to fill in the gaps before your last song, and then you can let me know when that's coming around. We can
for
do
sure.
Final recap there.
Well, I just released an album called, I keep saying just released, and it was actually last year. It feels so recent, though. And it's called Sea of Dysfunction, and it's, like I said before, it has a lot more orchestral elements than just my acoustic solo stuff, and sample based songs. They're still ballads in their own way, and I put it together over the course of about 4 years and worked with an awesome producer named Chell Nelson, and it was a really kind of a Frankenstein of an album because it took so long and went through so many people's hands and in many iterations, and I'm really happy about it, and actually gave it to Michaela on the show Mixed Bag, and last time I was in Champaign-Urbana, and she immediately started playing it, which was really, really nice of her. So if you want to hear any of that ever, and I don't know, do you do requests here?
I think it depends on the show, but sometimes.
Okay. Well, you might hear it on the station. I know it's around.
If possible, I can always badger Todd to play it, assuming Michaela put it in our local section or not.
Yeah, possibly. But so yeah, this next song is called "I Bleed the Future Seeds." It's about generally. It's not abiding by dogma, I guess. It's kind of forewarning the issues that being dogmatic creates in all things in life. So this song's called "I Bleed the Future Seeds," and it's on Sea of Dysfunction. It's track 10. I got two real quick. A sea of dysfunction. Wrap myself in sheets to see if we can solve them. And I bleed the future seeds, the kinds we seem to be missing, yeah. I'd say I'm strung out, and I'm bound to believe in the ideologies of false, securely anchored life feeds. Who believe in ritual and what they read in books, false pragmatism
autism and fatalism, yeah. Everything I do has to be on cue. Can I get a little harmony? Everything I do has to involve you. I try to live alone, but it's blasphemy. My heart's at ease. I've got a deadly disease. It's not so bad when I'm with you, baby. Ooh, ooh, I can oversee a sea of dysfunction. My heart's at ease. Thank you. So yeah, that was my last song, but we've got 15 minutes to kill.
Yeah, if you want to just talk some more or
Okay.
fill with scraps, we can go over some of the stuff we've already covered. So your name is Richie Dagger's Crime. You've got an album
Yes.
out called Seas of Disaster?
Sea of Dysfunction.
Sea of Dysfunction, sorry.
SOD. Got close. Yeah, I like the long names. I guess I've been choosing with Richie Dagger's Crime and Sea of Dysfunction.
And you said you can find it on pretty much major music platforms?
Yeah, Spotify, iTunes, all of the platforms, YouTube, and right now we're working on an EP. We recorded an EP in Seattle in June, right before I left. Like, I wrote 3 songs and I brought to the band, and then they kind of like altered them to fit the style, or just to make it their own, and added a lot to it. And then we recorded it, like, I think it was like 3 days before I moved to Chicago, and because I just wanted to like capture it. And then I just started mixing it actually and adding vocals to it, and hopefully we'll have a 3-track EP out. And I'm really looking forward to it. I think we've finally found our sound after like around 5 years of being a band, and it just feels right. And I want there to be more music on it, but I think because I want people to like take it seriously as like a whole, and I feel that people only do that for albums and not EPs, but I want people to take it seriously as a statement, and so I was thinking about adding more material, but I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be called Just Maintain.
And you said that you did drop this off at a few local places that people could purchase it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exile on Main, Record Swap, and then hopefully someday at CU CD Vinyl. Record Swap I really liked that store. There was just so much there.
Yeah, it's a big selection.
Yeah. I was looking for Neil Sedaka. I don't know if that's how you say it. He's like this Italian crooner, and there's this really great song that I like called La Terza Luna, and I thought they would have it, but yeah, it wasn't there.
Is it kind of obscure?
I don't know. I don't really know these things about vinyl. I wish I was more. I was more into vinyl, but I usually find there's some labels I follow like Numero Group, and I like Jaguar and Polyvinyl a lot actually, and that's where I find a fair amount of my music, and but then also just like the algorithms, they help me find stuff, and then I like to go buy it on vinyl afterwards.
Yeah.
So, where do you find your music generally?
It's usually those places. I had to put my computer through a reset, and I have all my music stored on on a drive now. And I used to use iTunes, but iTunes just gets more of a bigger pain to use every time.
Yeah.
And I started using Groove Music, which is just the default Microsoft program, and that serves me well. Although apparently, when you bought iTunes Music, like I don't know, 5+ years ago, it would save it in a format that I guess only iTunes reads. So I'd have to like convert them at some point.
I think Apple they came up with the AIFF format.
Yeah. But
which is, yeah.
I think they stopped doing that because I think my more recent purchases on there have gotten better. And like I used to do iTunes a lot, but I do like going to Record Swap or Exile to get some records or some CDs. Like I was at Record Swap a few weeks ago, and I got a CD for the soundtrack of Raiders of the Lost Ark because I'm a big fan of John Williams and his work.
Oh, nice.
But I'm kind of afraid because I'm kind of moving towards maybe doing Spotify, which is, I mean, digital is the future, but I really feel bad for the local businesses like Exile and Record Swap to do that stuff.
Yeah, you got to do both at the same time, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's not, like, streaming it's not the worst. It's not bad unless you rely, like, 100% on it because it's your only...
Yeah.
You're not supporting local music or small, like, emerging artists just thrive on like places like WEFT and KXP and all and small record shops, and it's really, I think it's really important still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also nice to have programs like Shazam where you could, if in case the radio might be automated and there's no one to tell you what song it is, you can look it up, and then obviously you can access it pretty quickly through several digital platforms. What I like to do is just kind of make note of the artist name, and I go to a record store and try to look for them. That's always a fun experience.
Totally. Yeah, and the cool thing is actually I just signed up for Apple, like for artists, and they show you where your Shazams are, and so like sometimes like a station, like I just had KUSF San Francisco play one of my songs, and just saw like 8 Shazams.
Wow!
And so it actually makes a huge difference if when the station's playing something, and to bring people to that music for sure.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and it's just not what I expected. So, But anyhow, I guess I'm just gonna play like something I'm working on. It's like just like kind of like the first song I played with where I was whistling.
Do you want to make that your last song? You want to do this? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna try this out. It's like super rough.
Actually, real quick,
Yeah.
just so people know like where you can book. Just tell them one more time where they can book you.
Oh yeah. So you can reach me at daggerscrime@gmail.com. My website is Richie Dagger's Crime, or Dagger's Crime. Yeah, and just feel free to reach out to me, even if you're just like the music or whatever. Say hi. I want to fill my inbox up. I'm pretty on it, so I would love to. I would love to talk to you. So.
Here we go. Once again, Richie Dagger's Crime.
Somehow I have to get back. I have to get back to the that I opened with, but I'm still working that out. I don't know if I should have done that, playing such a scrap, but eventually it will turn into something. But yeah, just like that chorus. And someday I'll have that as that melody recorded.